It's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. And the lights disappear now, and it's lights out, and away we go. And it's a
Oh, has
whoa!
to be too far wide there.
Freeman nearly loses it. It's been a good start from the top two.
I'm seeing 4 wide.
Oh, and there's a
good.
lot of drivers are very close to each other through the first chicane. Let's see, has anyone got any wing damage or anything? I see the two Williams cars going side by side towards the second chicane in the mid pack. Side Red's made up a move and a couple of positions off the start as well. As Jamham, it is, with a shocking start from P7, I think it was. Dropped 4 positions.
Sadro's up to 9th so far. So
yeah. Top 3 is staying as is. Freeman making up a couple of places as well. Not a great start from Bezzers. As B-Dunk's also made up 4 positions from the back of the grid.
Battle here for P6 here.
Yep.
Get her into pencil for P5.
On the inside of Bezzers. Nice and clean move. One of Bezzers is going to try and get past him. And Ham Jam he's a man on one mission and one mission only. Get out of that DRS of Ryan Jones. At the moment it's 1.0 seconds.
Just backs off there, he just holds off. My timing page is glitched a bit, but I'll stay on board with Hamjam because I don't know who's who.
I think there's not been move being made throughout the track as Snipes is going around the outside of Ghost Colt and the chicane has to cut it a bit to avoid him. But yeah, all things considered, a relatively clean start so far.
There's still got this massive train at the very back. We've got 2 sets of trains there. You've got your Hamjam on his own. There's a second gap. You've got P2 all the way down to the last of the Williams. That's race rather.
And then
second train at the back.
Yeah, Ghost and Snipes were battling to the second chicane. Lost them a bit of time. Zydrada sees defending from Crispy. Well, Zydrad on those mediums is going to struggle to stay with the cars ahead of him until those softs start wearing. And yet, Ham has broken away at the front. He is checking out.
As long as the safety car doesn't ruin his race, it ruins his. Nice and comfortable at the front, no pressure from Ryan Jones. Oh, I was going to say it was the free wide there, it was just a weird angle. Battle here for P9 in the moment.
Yep. Yeah, I'm on board with Jamham at the moment, looking at Crispy trying to make a move on Zydrad, it looks like. Thinks better of it into the Parabolica. It's going to wait for DRS. Zydrad has lost the DRS to Jitto. Crispy looks to be making a move on Zydrad now. He'll want to catch up to the drivers ahead. And the train that's currently headed by his teammate, as will Jamham. Getting passed by Zydrad on the mediums will not be part of what Hamjam intended of his strategy. As Jitto's making a move on Darnell into the second chicane. And gets the move done before the breaking point. That's a very nice move from Jitto. Jam Ham has got past Zydrad now.
Yeah, he just needs to hold on there because with him being on mediums and everyone else being on those softs, he holds on to around about lap 6. The tyres start to lose their true pace.
Oh, Hoopalicious has lost it. Scary just keeps it out the barrier, and he's going to be under serious pressure from Bezzers now.
Yeah, Jam Ham overtaking Crispy there for P9. Nice clean overtake.
Luckily for Hoopalicious, Bezzers does not have much of his ERS left, so it looks like he
Valley for P Combat just making overtake for P2 at the moment. Renault 1-2.
Oh yeah. Very good result for Renault so far. As Zydrad has been passed by Race Roller and Snipes now as well. Of course, on those medium tyres is Zydrad. He's struggling at the moment, the championship leader.
Well,
Freeman's quite close.
Yeah,
under
threat.
He's pressuring Ryan Jones. Freeman said that he always gets better results when he doesn't get close to pole, and he's gained a couple of positions now and is looking very racy. The car's ahead of him. As Jitto's going side by side with Bezzers into Parabolica. Darnell just behind them. Jitto's trying to hold it around the outside.
Oh, it's just lost it there.
And that puts Darnell right with them. Is Darnell going to think about a move, or is he going to play it safe?
Freeman's just overtaken. He's on the inside. Contact. Oh, he holds him off. Still side by side.
Side by side. And
into turn
Bezzers just got past Jitto. Ryan Jones just stays ahead of Freeman. But Freeman's going to have the outside line into the chicane.
Oh, just gets him as well.
Yeah, Ryan Jones thinks better of it. Great move by Freeman. Up into the podium places now.
Clear for P11 with Crispy and Snipes.
Yep.
As we enter, is it Ascari?
Yep, Ascari now. Of course, in being with the... Oh, I can see actually. Battle for P7. Jam Ham around the outside of Jitto. It's Parabolica at the moment. Is he going to try and hold it around the outside? So Jitto's gone from attacking Bezzers to being under pressure from Jam Ham. I don't know what happened to Darnell, but he lost a place to Jam Ham that lap as well. But he got overtaken whilst we were watching the other incidents.
Doesn't leave
Ditto
any
breaks
lock-up.
very late there, but Jam Ham will have the switch back. Hasn't got much ERS left as Jam Ham, but nor does Jitto. It's about pure straight line speed now. Jam Ham going to go up the inside into the chicane, side by side here. And Jitto backs out of it. Dips his wheel onto the gravel. Now Darnell's going up his inside into the first Lesmo. Oh, so close.
Contact again.
Oh,
contact! Oh,
and Darnell's
he's
gone.
gone.
Side by side, Jitto didn't leave him much room.
That's
But
what
such like
wasn't.
It's
No space
always
left.
happens corner like that. We saw incidents there in Div 2 yesterday, plenty of them. And hang on a minute, V2 must have made a mistake out of Ascari, because Freeman is right in his DRS. Last time I checked, he was about a second behind.
Amjan is really extended. It's 3 seconds clear now.
Yeah. Freeman's making a move on V2 now. And into turn 1.
Ryan Jones has joined the pack. He's going to join free wide now. It doesn't, holds back. Freeman now takes P2.
As Race Roller makes a move on Jitto as well. Lots of overtaking up and down the pack here. And now Zydrad as well, he's composed himself, he's lost those places of course in the beginning on those softs, but is now looking very racy. He's trying to make a move on Crispy into the second chicane. Thinks better of it, playing the long game here. As on lap 8, we're getting close to the pit window now, but then to want to think about going on to mediums for the end. Darnell I've seen boxed.
Oh,
all
Crispy's gone.
Out. Safety car, that should be.
Yeah,
that's the sign. That's the sign to pit. That's very, very good news for Freeman, as Ham Jam had got his gap.
I think it'll be time for the medium pitters.
Yeah, I expect. Will we see the medium runners box as well? Because they're going to have to go onto the hards if they want to make the race from here. Or are they going to go for track position here? As everyone on the softs is diving in.
Yeah, I think they'll go track position.
Ejected pit lane. As interestingly, Race Roller has stayed out on those softs. Or has he? No, he's pitted. Ignore me, Zydrad has stayed out on the mediums.
Some of the mediums are pitted. Some of the mediums are pitted. They'll be going for hards.
Yeah, should be. So now we have Zydrad in P1, and what he's really hoping for now is another safety car. And a driver who this safety car has not worked out for. V2 was running behind Freeman, but has now lost a place to Ryan Jones and Hoopalicious due to having to snap behind his teammate. It's very interesting to now have the top 5 of those that are boxed have gone onto the mediums. Bezza's, interestingly, even though he started on the softs, has gone for the hards. It might have been a bit of a misjudgment from him, but he might have a plan that we don't know about. But the medium should make the entry here. But I would be expecting Jam Ham and Jitto, Snipes on the mediums, Race Roller as well to be pressuring Bezzers quite hard here on the restart. Still got a couple of laps until then, of course.
Combat making an overtake onto safety car. He will have to be in that position.
Is this... Oh, we've got it again. As Zydrad would say, a legal overtake FC. Hoop and V2 are having an absolute ding-dong battle 100 miles an hour on the straight. And one of them's got to take the penalty here. They're playing a bit of cat and mouse here, but this is F1 2020 for you. Once anyone makes a move under safety car, then if you try and give it back, the other person will have an illegal overtake warning. And yep, V2's trying to get... What's going on? It's the duel of the century between V2 and Hoopalicious.
I think he's just won airtime.
And so V2 has got past Hoopalicious and has got his 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flag. So I don't really know what V2 was playing at, but
I think it's probably just one that...
As Hoopalicious made a mistake maybe under safety car, and that's caused V2 to have to get ahead. He's in AI mode, so presumably he's recording whatever that was.
What I've experienced, because I had the same situation with my teammate Leah in Division 2, where the incident on, what was it, lap 12, was it? Or was the restart of safety, the one on turns 5-6, done with a huge crash where I broke, he overtook me, we tried to give it back, we couldn't. Tried to give it back, we couldn't, so he had to take the penalty for that.
Oh, your mic's gone a bit dodgy, by the way. Yeah, V2's trying to make a move on Ryan Jones before safety car restart as well. Freeman's side by side with Ham Jam here. This is for effective P1. As there's... Oh god, I can't watch.
He's got the balls early.
Freeman's up the inside, touches the back of Beast. Very close here between the two of them. Freeman loses it on the exit, but they're both going side by side with Beast. One's going to go... Oh my god, it's going to be 3 wide. Ah!
That's a smart move from Hamjam there. That is the smartest move everyone's done. 3 wide in turn 4 is not the way you want to go.
How Freeman and Ham Jam have come up in one piece there, I do not know.
There's Ham Jam benefit.
As Ham Jam's continuing the battle here now, I think. Yellow flag in sector 2 as Darnell's out. Oh, there's a massive crash. Oh my god. There's like 5 people who have crashed at the exit of the Lesmos. What has gone on there?
Again, crazy race. It's Monza. What we've been seeing all week. Battle if P7 would be Assassin, Jamham and Hoopalicious.
I'm not sure if Beast picked up damage from that incident. As Hoopalicious, I see
3 wide.
going up the inside of both of them. 3 wide again.
So I've seen a similar moves to this, and it cost me a front wing.
Jam breaks late, but both get past Beast and survive there as well. Jitto's now going side by side with Beast. It's those on the old tyres.
Yeah.
It's those on the old tyres that is the
Beast is struggling.
Really struggling and just causing absolute chaos. Snipes has made a move on Beast as well. It's dropping like a fly here.
Shows those mediums are really struggling against the fresh mediums.
Yeah. Zydrad and Ghost are pulling away a bit from Smoke. So all they've got to hope here really is that Freeman, Ham Jam and the rest take a bit of time to get past them. They get... Yeah, Race Roller's making a move on Beast. It's Freeman setting up a move on Smoke. Gotta make this quickly, otherwise Ham Jam will be right up by him as well. Jitto's made a move on Hoopalicious. They're going side by side through the second part of the first chicane.
Yeah, Snipes is involved now.
Oh, and Snipes is making a move on Hoopalicious as well. Side by side into the chicane. Snipes just gets past him.
Oh, he's struggling with oversteer there.
Yeah. Sort of nearly lost it on the exit. Ham Jam is now right up behind Freeman. Freeman needs a good Ascari here to get on the DRS of Ghost Colt, otherwise he's going to be under pressure for the effective lead. As Smokes and Ryan Jones are going side by side, and that's put Jamham right by him. Jamham now making a move on Smoke. Is he going to break late and try and get past Ryan Jones as well, or is he going to save it for DRS? Smoke keeping it on the inside. And now Jamham on Ryan Jones. And yeah, it's a nice clean move from Jamham. Ryan Jones didn't really fight that. Jamham had DRS.
Yes,
so now Jam is into P5. Which will become P3 once the top 2 box Ryan Jones hasn't given this one up.
Probably the big ass is the guys who are on 13 lap old mediums are still in the lead, and Freeman's not catching them. He's still 1.1 behind. He's starting to slow the gap now.
Should be in DRS on the main straight. As Nicky on the softs, after being involved in absolute pandemonium on the exit of the second Lesmo, is fastest lap on softs. Ghost is right on the back of Zydrad for the race lead. Of course, they're gonna rejoin quite far down after they have to make their stop for softs, but
Freeman's just outside the DRS zone. He's not going to get it in time. She might have got it. Let's see if he does that.
it'll be close. Yes, he's got it.
Got it.
Zydrad has now lost a place to Ghost. I expect Zydrad to get out of the way of Freeman as soon as it's required. I expect he's not going to make it difficult for him at all. Play the team game here, as Zydrad is not in position to
Oh, he just moves out of the way though.
win this race, really. Yeah. And is he gonna?
He's got nowhere to go. It's the only issue.
Yeah. And now will Zydrad play a bit of holding up job on Hamjam whilst Freeman... Oh, Zydrad nearly loses it! And Ham nearly hits the back of him, but just avoids it.
There's a big another 3-second penalty there. Still battle for the lead here at the moment. Ghost is not giving up. He's still holding on. It'll be
As Ryan Jones has made a move on Jamham through Ascari.
those 4 runners on old mediums will be in the next 2 laps.
Yeah, I expect so. And Freeman, what he's got to do now is take the lead and brake.
So
If he
easy.
can get out the DRS of Hamjam, then
Shows
that
that
puts him in a very good position.
mediums are gone.
Yeah. Though Zydrad is trying his absolute best to stick with Hamjam after his mistake. And yeah, I think it was probably the better choice for them to pit. Hoops going around the outside of Smoke.
Bidong's had enough. He's just given up.
Yeah, I think he lost it in the second Lesmo.
Smoke got a bit of contact there on the exit of turn 5. He ended up putting slightly wide and dropped outside the points. Ryan Jones,
So, of course, more than that.
clean
So,
overtake there up through Zidon, who's now really struggling on those tyres.
Yeah, I expect him to box in the next couple of laps. Yeah, his tyres are completely gone now.
Yeah, he's dropping like a fly. Snipes nearly went into the
Not
back.
fighting the cars ahead of him at all.
No, he's going to box. It's dropping.
Yeah, he's coming into the pits. As does Ryan Jones. As does Ghost Colt, sorry. But so the top, so the guys that started on the mediums and decided to stay out hasn't worked for them as yet, but they'll be on the fresh softs and be praying for a safety car. Zydrad's got onto hards.
Wait, real? What? Oh, he's put the wrong tyres on. That's his raced over.
Oh,
He's made a boo-boo there.
yeah. Been a bit of a shocking race in general from Zydrad there. And yeah, he's not going to be happy.
He's going to struggle
with
to get
that.
it. Yeah, he's going to struggle to get that 1 to 10.
Hamjam is now right in the DRS of Freeman. So it looks like this is it, the last 10 laps DRS. Battle for the win. Freeman's got slightly more ERS than Hamjam.
Yeah.
Of course, Hamjam will have the DRS. And Ryan Jones versus Jam Ham versus Jitto versus everyone down to P8 for the final spot on the podium.
Well, my prediction's not that far off. Top 2 are already in there. Just need Ham Jam to win. And the Hoop to get out.
And now Ham Jam's making a move on Freeman.
There we are. Easy move. Easy move.
And Freeman's not used any of his overtakes to defend, and
yeah, Ryan Jones under pressure by his brother.
Made it quite easy for him. So Freeman be playing the long game of trying to get him near the end of the race and conserve his ERS, or Zydrad's pit again. Is this to retire, or is this to go on to softs?
You may as well just try and go for softs and hope for the best.
That puts Zydrad down to plumb last. That should.
He has to try something because if he retires, it's pointless for him.
Yeah.
He might get lucky with a safety car. So.
Jam's made a move on Ryan Jones. Yep. Into Ascari. It's a bit of cat and mouse, really. It's kind of a bit of a chess game, this whole DRS game, as it's so easy to stay in the DRS around this track. And really the most important thing is who's got the most DRS going into the final lap as to who's going to win each of the battles. And the guys in the DRS train can't really do anything.
Freeman's going for it. He's sent it. Side by side on the inside of the Ham Jam.
He's made the move stick. Nice move by Freeman. I have a feeling that's not going to be the last time that these two positions change.
No.
Between now and the end of the race. But at the moment, the way it's going for him, Freeman is a strong contender for driver of the day. It's brilliant race so far from him. Just
Beast Assassin and Smoke haven't pitted yet.
And they're going side by side through the Lasmos.
Freeman, yeah, there for driver of the day. He's up 5 positions as well. Snipes, decent position. He's up 8.
Para's on the back of Smoke now. And yeah, that decision to stay out under the safety car really not working because now Para, who pit from mediums, is now overtaking Smoke, so there's an entire pit window behind.
As we enter the long straight, we have Paraquix. Assassin. Both got DRS, so Smokes will be struggling with
to move on to Smoke. And Smoke on those absolutely dead tyres, and that's what he's doing now, just praying for a safety car. Paraquix doesn't leave him much room. Smoke loses it a bit on the exit. That's just...
easy go,
tyres are gone. Tyres... they're beyond gone.
Oh,
they
whoa! Snipes and Hooplicious.
Or Snipe and Hoop.
Just rode the curve and forced him off track. Whoa.
Really good for race roller, gains him a couple of positions.
I don't know if he took
wonder
damage.
If either of them have damage. Let's having a look.
Oh, Smokes has lost it.
Oh, Hooplicious is...
Rear end and...
had a right drift on.
I don't know what happened with Snipes. They were both side by side going into turn 4. He basically similar move to me and Pepsi through turn 5, but he rode the curve, which forced him, bounced him in the air and it forced him off track, which means Hoops had to follow the same way of Snipes.
And one thing I've just seen now, the battle for the win. Jam Ham, Ryan Jones and Jitto have now entered this DRS train for the win. Any one of these 5 can win the race. We know how easy it is to make contact, and as Hoop and Snipes showed around this track. And mouth-watering prospect for the last few laps.
It's anyone's gain, really. It'll go down the...
Yeah.
I don't know what penalties are like, but we'll find out later.
Yeah. Well, I said that Jam Ham is... he is using as much ERS as he possibly can to get in the DRS of the cars ahead, as Jamham.
Yeah, again.
And they've still got plenty of ERS themselves, presumably just saving it for the final lap.
He's just outside DRS, so that's the only thing. He's going to lose
Yellow
time.
flag in sector 2. Is that Hoopalicious is gone?
There goes my prediction. Yeah,
Hoopalicious, he was in a good position, but just couldn't get through the traffic quick enough, and yeah, he's lost his wing, it looks like.
Yeah, virtual safety car as well. Was that? That's a bit unlucky for him. He had a fantastic race so far. A little bit unlucky.
And Jitto's now right on the back of Ryan Jones at the end of the VSC.
Contact!
Restart to perfection.
Ham Jones just hit him. Ham just hit Freeman. I don't know if it's because late brake or he's turned into corner and just missed time his brake, but Ham Jones just slightly tapped the rear end of Freeman. Didn't lose it, but it was a bit of a notice there.
And that puts Jamham well and truly in this fight.
We've got Smokes, BSS and Hoop all in the pits for softs.
Yep.
Zydrad is finally catching Nicky for P16. Yeah, P15 now. But the biggest move here for Freeman and Hamjam for first. Hamjam is looking to get ready to pounce.
And Jitto's made a move on Ryan Jones. They're going side by side through Ascari. All hit each other. Ryan Jones very much compromised through that corner, but Jitto gets the move done. The top 3 battle. Jitto could be right in this battle for the win as well. Hamjam is using a lot of ERS here. I'm on board with him.
So is Freeman.
He's going to try and make the move.
He is.
No, he's not used as much of his overtake. He's biding his time. It's Hamjam.
Yeah, you want
to made to move on Race Roller.
You want to try and save it towards the end. That's something you don't want to use a lot, or else you have nothing towards the end of the race last time. You use a lot of time.
Yeah. There's going to be that risk of, do they want to be ahead or behind into the final lap?
Yeah. Cost you a few times that one.
And Jamham, he's probably, I wouldn't say he's hoping for them to crash into each other, but I'm sure he's hoping for some kind of incident between the two. Himself in the races. Hamjam's going to try out the inside of Ascari.
He sent it. There's going to be contact.
He backs out of it at the last minute.
He's under pressure. His
brother. So close.
His brother's got the slipstream. He's so bad. He's going to make the move.
I think Hamjam might have lost. Just keep the DRS from Freeman here. Touch and go. Right on the second there.
He was lucky enough not to take him out. We had a couple moves at the back. We had Beast Assassin overtaking Smokes for P12 on the fresh socks. But this is probably one of the major battles here for top 3. Jitto, fantastic racing by him up there for P4. Hello, Mercedes driver. A race roller battle in there for P6 with Snipes.
As Hamjam's now, he's clearly got a lot better pace than Freeman, and he's able to catch up really quickly to him. But that's depleted his ERS, that failed overtake.
Yeah.
Not sure if Freeman didn't leave him any room going into Ascari, but he certainly wasn't going to risk making the move on him.
At the moment, Freeman's in a better position because he's got more ERS.
Yeah. 2 behind him are depleted. Jitto behind him is depleted.
Ryan Jones is depleted. So's Race Roller.
Paraquix to the wall. Goes. Paraquix has lost his front wing.
He's had a fantastic race. It's a bit unlucky from him.
It's That puts Merckx into the points. Snipes is making a move on Race Roller into turn 1. Just simple DRS pass. Snipes had enough ERS to get the move done easily.
As we enter the final 3 laps of the race, or 2.5 laps of the race. But still, there's no change in this order from the top 3, being all 7/10 of each other.
Yeah. It's really anyone's game now.
Just plan on making any mistakes. Freeman, this is your race to win, mate. Slight bit of a snag there on the exit of Shikari.
Zydrad pits again, presumably to try and get that fastest lap.
Yeah, just not to give them the points, even though Hoopalicious got the fastest lap.
Yeah. Just nicking it off the top 10, really. But yeah.
None of them will be getting it anyway. Battle for P6. Race Roller, easy overtake down, long straight.
Yeah, him and Snipes have been trading positions for the last couple of laps. Race Roller's got back past him again, of course.
Yeah, I think this is it. Last 2 laps now. The only battle is Ham Jam, the 2 brothers.
And of course Freeman at the front.
They're all using the ERS. Freeman. Smokes has jumped into the pits. He's looking to go for a faster lap. Also, Superlicious has jumped in the pits as well.
Ham Jam is now right at the back
as we enter the penultimate lap.
No, as we enter the final lap. This is the last major overtaking zone. Ham Jam's used all of his ERS. Freeman goes defensive.
He's going for it. He's still on centre.
On Freeman breaks really late.
He's not giving it up.
Keeps the position in the inside. Great defending there by Freeman. Race Molar has made a move on Snipes. Now Ham Jam, he's running really low on ERS here, so don't know if he'll get close enough to try and move into the chicane.
They've all run out of the ERS. It's all about saving them.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's Snipes has got back past Race Roller, and they're going side by side into the second chicane. Snipes just gets ahead.
At the moment,
and now I guess we just focus on the battle for the lead.
Jam Ham's in the better position for more overtake.
Yeah, this is the most important part of the race, the exit from Ascari now. Can Freeman nail his exit? He can. Ham Jam is not close enough. Jam Ham is now quite close to his brother, but
not enough.
I think it's close enough.
Down on penalties.
So as we round Parabolica, Faray Freeman 9. He's had a poor few rounds. He's got a bit unlucky recently, but he crosses the line to take the win on track.
No, Ham Jam nicked it.
But he's got a penalty.
Oh no!
So that's Ham Jam.
Oh mate, he had a fantastic race.
Oh.
That's unlucky, man. Oh. I was rooting for
Ham Jam takes the win. Got him for Freeman, but he got his penalty. I'll have a look, see when he see where he got it.
Someone binned on the finish. Hoopalicious binned on the finish.
Yes, congratulations to our podium finishers. Ham Jam in P1, Freeman in P2, and Jam Ham in P3. Ryan Jones, Race Roller, Jitto, Ghost, Snipes, Merckx, and Bezzers rounding out the points. Merckx, who started down in 19th, has managed to get up 10 places to score more points. I bet he'll be happy with that, from considering his starting position.
Smokes picks up the fastest lap as well.
And Jitter, I think Nicky just got it at the end as well.
Oh, Nicky, unlucky. Fantastic win there from Hamjam. I did vote for him for the win, but I kind of rooted for him at the end. He started off well.
Would thoroughly deserve from either of them, really. Hamjam takes the race win.
Yeah.
Alright. So now get the votes in for driver of the day. We'll get the podium finishers. Freeman unfortunately cannot be available for an interview. But we'll get Hamjam and Jam Ham in the pass. Hopefully it works better than last time.
Oh yeah, there's no interruption. I can still hear the audio. So, since Freeman's not here for an interview, could get fourth placing. It's up to you.
Or just see you get stroke. Invite Jam to the party as well.
Currently, no one's voting.
I think we'll just get the podium. We'll just get the podium finishers. I think.
I'll do that. Just do the two brothers then.
And Hammer's in and Jam's in. So of course, both of you, I'm sure you're accustomed to this. Make sure you tick your boxes. Yeah, great race from you both.
Sider'd got fastest lap. Merckx again with no pens. Driver of the day. From Nicky. Is that right idea?
Yeah, I'm seeing if Britain wants to send any comments for his race as well, seeing as he did get a podium as well.
My driver of the day is the Zygote.
Yep, thanks for that, Benz. Nicky has said Merckx. Merckx is a very good contender, of course.
Yeah, I think we'll just go on our voting.
Right, and shall we get to the interviews now?
Start off with our third place with the Williams driver of Jamham. Do you want me to take this one, or do you want to take it?
I'll take this one. You can take the winner.
Go for it, man.
So you got your boxes ticked.
Yep.
So Jam, pretty eventful race there for you. Noticed you had quite a bad start, so I had a lot of work to do from there, but you managed to get through into the podium at the end. How would you say that race went for you?
Tale of two halves, really. I don't know. It sounds a bit silly, I think, but I'm actually really disappointed to have ended up third. I messed up my quali, and I did a lap that would have been easily good enough for second. And then off the start, Bez has got a bad start, I think it was. Hoopalicious tried to get past him. They almost made contact, and then I had to slam on my brakes to avoid a collision. So by then I was down to like 12th, I think. But no,
could have got worse for you there, I guess.
Yeah,
the
no,
damage.
Definitely. I had good fun fighting my way back through. I think that showed that I had strong pace, and yeah, to be honest, I think I had the pace to challenge for the win, as I did in the end. But
yeah,
no, silly warnings and a few little mistakes, I think, cost me. But yeah, a bit disappointing because the one guy I need to beat obviously finished ahead of me, so I'm now 39 points behind.
Yeah, I guess it can't be too disheartened for a podium. Like,
no, not at all.
I guess that damage limitation a bit for you really to get that, but I understand your frustration. It's quite But there were
Yeah, I
lots of
mean,
incidents throughout
I
the
put
pack, and you managed to
put
avoid them.
myself in the position to get involved off the start, and yes, I've only got myself to blame for that. But yeah, as you say, lucky I wasn't involved in any of the big crashes that there seems to be.
Yeah, you showed great pace this race anyway. Picks up second, third place in a row. So congratulations on the podium anyway.
Yeah, thanks. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, no, fantastic race review, man. Alright, we'll take it on board with our race winner. Well, we had a strange qualifying from you. You had basically a fantastic qualifying. You didn't look like you were going to get pole because on your Q3 first stint, you were like, you did like what was it, 118.4, was it? 118.3? And then you come out of nowhere and did an 18 flat. It was brilliant qualifying from you, man.
Hi, cheers guys. Yeah, I've been doing a couple of 17s in practice, so I knew there was the potential there for a good lap. It hadn't been going really to plan the whole quali session. My laps have been pretty inconsistent, and I've been making a few mistakes. But finally, well, thankfully, even I managed to pull out the best lap when it mattered. I was going for double runs at the end there because I found that they actually kind of worked almost just as well. Because at the end there, I was on another lap and I was slightly up, but then unfortunately I just pushed too hard and lost it at Ascari. So that was a bit worrying going into the race. But I knew that I could push and not make mistakes like that. So yeah.
Yeah, fantastic qualifying from you. You started off your race pretty well because your teammate, or basically your covering teammate, because Dylan wasn't here this week, so you had a combat covering. He set a pretty nice P3 in the qualifying, so you were looking at a 1-3 for the race. Do you think that was going to help you, or do you think you were just looking for a 1-2 finish, or was that your kind of idea leading up to the start of the race? Do you have any plans?
We haven't really been in communication. Without trying to sound too harsh, I don't really care considering he's a reserve. So the points don't matter anyway.
Fair.
But I mean, it would have been an advantage had he taken some points off perhaps James and Freeman. But personally, from a personal point of view, I'm just kind of looking out for myself really and trying to get the best result I can.
Fair enough, man. Basically, your teammate did help you because you did extend your lead for a nearly, was it 3-second gap for about 10 laps in? Oh, sorry, 8 laps in, and the first safety car came out. So pretty much that helped you gain an advantage to put on an easy set of fresh tyres and extend your lead at the finish.
Yeah, I wouldn't really say the safety car helped because, like you say, I had like a 3.5 second gap. Kind of controlling it, really, just sort of keeping it consistent, not picking up warnings. I got one warning and that was on lap 2, so I was sort of just driving it fairly easy. And then the safety car came out. I knew if I could get through the traffic quickly it would help, but obviously Freeman got past me, so in that regard it didn't really help me because obviously I lost my 3.5 second lead and a position. But as soon as I knew Freeman had a penalty, from then on I was just following him to the end. I had a couple of looks at moves, but one time he nearly swiped across me, so
we
saw that into Ascari very
after
close.
After that, I thought better of it, really. I thought there was no point risking it. I knew he had a pen, so I just sat behind him. It was pretty comfortable, really.
To be honest, you were pretty lucky not to take yourself out at that point. That late lock-up, you were lucky to avoid.
Well, I was alongside, and normally I was taking Ascari in 5th gear. I went all the way down to 3rd because I was kind of anticipating that to a degree. So yeah, I made sure it didn't happen and just sat back in behind. And I actually got out, lost the DRS, didn't I? But I mean, I think I showed my pace by getting back in it pretty quickly.
Yeah, like ever since the first few laps where you pulled that gap to of course the end there where you were able to stick with him quite comfortably. Yeah, looked like you were racing with a lot in the tank. But congratulations on the win. Of course, probably would have preferred it to win it on track, I imagine, but
yeah.
Swing our balances.
But 25 points is 25 points.
Yeah.
How many wins is that for you now this season?
I think it's my sixth.
Sixth
Not
win.
entirely sure, but yeah, I don't know.
And of course regains the championship lead after Zydrad had a bit of a shocker.
I've just worked out points. You are
24 points ahead because you were 1 point behind, weren't you?
you're one.
Yeah.
But then of
Yeah,
course
24 you also, your brother now catches the pack up. He's now on 194 points now. So it joins a very tight top three going into the last 7
I've got a
races.
couple of comments. Got a couple of comments from Zydrad and Freeman as well. Zydrad said that it was an absolutely embarrassing performance from him today. Safety car didn't help him, but horrible luck in qualifying in the race. He congratulates you on your victory, Ham, but he's warned that him and your brother are not going to be giving this championship to you easy.
I think that was a given, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And Freeman, he said he had a solid drive. I'd agree with that, but he said he was disappointed with his quali performance and that the pens obviously cost him in the battle with you. So yeah, all in all, that's.
I think that's it. Are we all good on questions? Or?
Yeah, I think we're all done on questions. Congratulations on your victory, Ham Jam, and regaining the championship lead, as I said. And now the next race is probably the polar opposite to Italy, Singapore. Walls everywhere, lots of laps, lots of sweat. How are you feeling for Singapore?
It was one of my better tracks on the last game, or at least I thought, until I turned up to qualifying. It was about 7/10 off the pace. I think it'll be more of the same, really. We kind of know who's up there and who's there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
I don't think the track really makes a massive difference. It might change the order somewhat, but the same guys will be up there. So just hoping for more of the same, really.
Sounds good.
Pretty much, yeah. I think that'll be it. Do you want to
Yeah, cheers, guys. Cheers.
No worries,
cheers
man.
for streaming as always.
Yeah, go us.
Thanks, guys.
Alright. Do you want to pick your driver of the day? I'll go for mine.
My driver of the day. Well, I'd probably say, given everything that happened, the safety car, the way he managed to pick his way through, I think my driver of the day, I'd give it to Freeman.
100%.
I'd give my driver of the day to Freeman.
100%.
He made some cracking overtakes, got his penalty at the end, but after the way that Hamjam was able to pull away from the field initially, to be able to keep with him, fight with him, and beat him on track, it's
Bit unlucky at the end.
It's a good performance from him.
Yeah. Hamjam, yeah. Not Hamjam. Freeman, yeah, 100%. Deserved driver of the day.
Yep.
He was up 5 positions for about the second half of the race, and then again the penalties at the end. He did cross the line in first, so that's his win. But the penalties, a bit unlucky. But yeah, Freeman driver of the day.
And of course, honourable mention to Merckx, who started down in 19th and managed to get points again. Consistently racking up points. Didn't look to be one of his stronger tracks, but he's managed to pull through with points.
Yeah.
So well done to him as well.
There's there's probably a few others, but I think penalties may be involved. Probably one with my teammate Jitto. Going off comments and chats in, the stewards might get involved. So I'm not going to comment on that any further. But yeah, do you want to see us out? Or?
Yep, so that was the SLR Elite race. That's the end of the Italy weekend. We now depart the Temple of Speed, and next week we're on to Singapore, Monaco at night. 31 grueling laps, ridiculously close to the barriers. Sure, some of the races will be absolute carnage, as usual. Me and Original should be back for our respective races, and we hope to see you all on the track. I've been SLR Sem. Also, I had to mention it at some point. This week's Division 2 winner. And I'm with Original 96, and it's been a pleasure commenting on the Elite race.
just one quick note: we won't be back Thursday due to it'll be a week break on for F2. So I'll be back Sunday for the Elite Division. So it'll be Friday with Division 1 for the first lots of stream, and a side pod on Wednesday, of course. As be with myself, Original, and
myself, SLR Sam. And thank you all for watching.